Hello friends, welcome to the ASP.NET Core tutorial series. In this video, we will see what is the environment variable in ASP.NET Core and how we configure environment variable in ASP.NET Core application. So before proceeding with this tutorial, I recommend you please watch part 15 of this tutorial series to understand better. So let's go with the Visual Studio, and this is the application which we are working from the past tutorials. And here we have code related to like how we utilize the static files which we have under www root folder. So for this tutorial, let's get rid of these code and let's comment it here and use as a static file. So app.use static files. So these function, or we can say the middleware, we have seen the utilization of these middleware in the previous tutorial. If you are not aware of this use static file, I recommend you please watch part 14 of this tutorial series. And in this middleware, we are passing as a developer exception page option. So get rid of this parameter as well, and we are using a normal middleware for handling the exception. So in this tutorial, we will see the environment variable. We can see in this configure function, we have one parameter called iWebHost environment, and the instance of that iWebHost environment is the inv. And here we can see like inv.isDevelopment. So when I will go to the definition of the isDevelopment, we can see there are different type of the environment is already set up by the ASP.NET Core application. So we know most of the organization work with the different type of the environment for their application, like it can be a development environment or it's a production environment and the static environment. As per the requirement of the organization, we can have a number of the environment as per our understanding towards the project or the application which we are working. So like in the development environment, generally developer do their work and they can do the testing, and if there is any exception, according to that they can define their exception page. And when they come to the in the production, so it's basically a live application which host and available for the client, and in that page we give some specific kind of the pages if user face any exception. So it will be very easy to track for the developer if customer face any problem. So similar to that, is staging, it's basically similar to the production, and here we mostly taken care of the exception things, or we can say in is development environment, when we have the manifest of the jQuery or the CSS, but for tracking all the or we can say for the debugging the CSS and the jQuery. But in the production environment, we do the magnification of those JavaScript and the jQuery, so it will be easy to load on the production side. So these are the some development environment which is given by the ASP.NET Core application, but we can have n number of the environment as per our requirement. So we will see in a bit how we can give a different environment as well. But before that, we are looking, this is a static class, and we can see these are the method is first parameter is this parameter. So this is we have seen in the C#, this is a extension method. And extension, what is the extension method in the C# is basically a class which is a static class, and the whatever the static method we are defining, the first method is start with the this keyword. So that is the extension method into the C#. So these are the some environment which has given. And when we go here into the launch setting.json file, here we are looking ASP.NET Core environment. So whatever the environment we are giving here as a development or any environment name we will give, all that will pick up into the startup.cs this configure function using this env instance. And same we are giving here development, same we can change inside this ASP.NET Core with basic when you will right click on this project, and when you will go to the property, so you will come to this page, and from here we can change the environment variable as well. Currently ASP.NET Core environment it is giving as a development. So what I will do in the startup.cs class, here I will give like what current environment it will give. So if I will write current environment, and here if I will use with the instance of env dot environment name, and now if I will run this application, we will see like currently it picked the value from the ASP.NET Core environment variable, like from this file. So let's run this application, see what is the output is coming for this one. So when we come on the browser, we can see currently it is giving output as a current environment is the development, because that only we have set up under this launch setting.json file. Like instead of development, if I will change it to the development custom, and now if I will run this application, we will see like what output it will give to us. And after running this application, we can see here it is giving as a current environment is development custom. So like whatever the environment we give here in ASP.NET Core environment variable, that environment it is pick up using this instance, and this is the instance of iWebHost environment. So for an example, like here if we have like we are not using any development environment or something, like here basically like what we are checking here condition is development. So if this is a is development, then like it will print whatever the here we are checking is development variable, here whatever the we have defined here, like but like now currently in the launch setting.json we didn't define as a development, here we have taken development custom. In that case it will not come inside this because that is not a development environment. So in that case, like what we can do, we can use another function here like is environment, and in that is environment what we can do, like if inv dot is environment, and here it will take a environment name, and whatever the environment name we have given here we can define it, like we can copy it and we can give it here. So if there is any custom environment apart from like staging, development and the production, that environment we can pick up using this is environment function or the method, and that we can take using this await context dot respond dot write sync, and here we can see this one. So currently it is giving because this await function we can use only with the async method. So like instead of this, what I can do, I'll copy this one and let's get rid of this, and this one I will use inside this, and we can see like what condition we have given. If this environment is a custom, then only it print this, as otherwise it print like, just copy it, and here we will give condition like current environment is not a custom environment, current environment is not custom environment, and we can print whatever the environment name we have given there, we will print that environment. So now let's run this application. So currently we have given as a custom environment, so it will run our first condition and it will give like current environment, and like what it is giving, why it is not taking as a our environment. Let's see why it is not giving, because we didn't give the proper name here like in the condition. So let's copy this correct, and here let's give it proper name. Now run this application and see like it should call our first condition, like it should be a true, and we can see current environment is the development custom environment. Now in the launch setting, if I will change it to the other environment as a production environment, and now in this case if I will run it, this application, so let's run this application, we can see the current environment is not a custom environment. So in that case, like we can run our application in whatever the environment we are looking into the application. Now let's change back to the development and run it to the application, and we will see currently we are having the development environment. Now what if I'm not using any ASP.NET Core environment variable itself? I will cut this one. Now let's run this application and see what environment it give by default. So when I run this application, so we will see the production environment is basically a default environment that is handled by the ASP.NET Core application. We can see currently we didn't give any environment, so by default it is taking as a production environment. And the reason behind this ASP.NET Core have the production environment as a default environment is because developer sometimes forgot to given any production here, and in that case there are the some configuration done with respect to the production with the ASP.NET Core, so it is taken care automatically with the ASP.NET Core application. So that's the reason ASP.NET Core take the default environment as a production environment. So that's all about the environment variable in ASP.NET Core. So that's it for this tutorial. If you have any question and doubt, please comment. Thank you.